From the OUTV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics. Proudly combating the thought police since 2016, here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. 15 million people are under a hurricane warning, and the Bahamas are underwater as Hurricane Dorian rocked the Atlantic Ocean over Labor Day weekend. A striking satellite image of Grand Bahama Island shows vast areas of the island underwater after Hurricane Dorian raged through the region yesterday. The Salvation Army reported that 13,000 homes have been destroyed in the Bahamas. Cars are upended, homes are completely gone. Dorian is beginning a much-anticipated turn to the north-northwest, away from the Bahamas, but now it's headed to the U.S. mainland, where it's expected to bring significant impact. It's moving slow, really damn slow, like 3 miles an hour. That's slower than I walk. It's a walking-paced superstorm. Part of why the Bahamas are so destroyed is that they had to endure days of a Category 5 piling down on them. Grand Bahama Island is still in the path of Hurricane Dorian as of today, and the area continues to endure the devastating weather conditions produced by the hurricane's eye, according to the National Hurricane Center. Now, the storm's peak winds have dropped since Sunday, and early Monday, when it was a Category 5, it is now a Category 2 hurricane. And now, tropical storm-forced wind gusts have reached Florida's Treasure Coast. The hurricane has grown in size, so its hurricane and tropical storm-force winds are covering more territory. Video and images emerging from the Bahamas show a toll of absolute devastation on Abaco and Grand Bahama Islands, two locations where the eye of the storm made landfall. There is no knowing where Dorian's exact path is going to lead, but it's looking like the eye will not make landfall in the U.S., so the mainland dodged a bullet. The Bahamas did not. The storm will still be capable of damage to the mainland with high winds and storm surge. But let's be honest, that monster was headed straight to Mar-a-Lago. And then it was like, nah, I'll go up the coast. There is still danger to be had on the mainland, but it's not like what we saw happened in the Bahamas. Let's not forget, a slightly different storm, and that's what Florida would have looked like, completely underwater. Summer recess is wrapping up all over the world, and in the UK, Britain's Parliament is returning to session. Unfortunately, they're looking straight into the face of a major showdown over Prime Minister Boris Johnson's plans to leave the European Union. Today, Johnson spoke for only the second time before the British Parliament since becoming Prime Minister, and it's amidst a rebellion of lawmakers who are not thrilled about his plan to shut them down. Lawmakers are desperately trying to stop Britain from leaving the European Union without a withdrawal deal on October 31st. Delay it another 3 months, they say. But Johnson won't have it. He has a Halloween dream of Brexit calamity. In fact, he is so sure that this is the only way to go that he has warned that if his foes succeed in this delay, he will trigger a snap general election. And that's not all. Anyone who votes against him this week in this snap election will not be able to hold the name Conservative. You are either with me or against me. Johnson is drawing a dark line in the sand. In Parliament, Johnson was heckled and catcalled from almost the moment he stood to speak. Jeremy Corbyn called Johnson's government dangerous and reckless, a government of cowardice with no mandate, no morals, and as of today, no majority. Corbyn was referring to the dramatic defection of Conservative member of the Parliament, Philip Lee, who resigned while Johnson was speaking on the floor. He said in his resignation letter that the Conservative Party, which he had been a member of for 27 years, had become infected with the twin diseases of populism and English nationalism. Johnson enraged opponents by getting the Queen's approval to suspend Parliament for 5 more weeks, starting as early as Monday, as the country is trying to resolve its most serious political crisis in decades. It's all about the Brexit, which is looking to be inevitable. Walmart, an enormous retailer, will stop selling handguns and certain types of ammunition after the most recent Walmart shootout earlier this month that left 24 people dead. Also, they will no longer allow customers to openly carry firearms. Chief Executive Doug McMillan said in a memo to employees on Tuesday, It's clear to us that the status quo is unacceptable. We know these decisions will inconvenience some of our customers, and we will hope they understand. Walmart is not just an enormous retailer, it's the world's largest retailer. Walmart says it will stop selling ammunition for handguns and short-barrel rifles, including the .223 caliber and .556 caliber cartridges, which can be used in military-style weapons. After mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting, including one over the holiday weekend where a 17-month-old baby was shot in the face by an AR-15, people are asking over and over and over again, should weapons designed for war really be on the streets of America? Spikes in gun deaths over the past decade amount to epidemics, researchers say. More Americans have died from guns in the United States since 1968 than on the battlefields of all the wars in American history. The streets of America are not safe, the schools are not safe, the movie theaters are not safe, sanctuary places are not safe, the Santa Monica Pier is not safe. Nowhere is safe. Kids are going back to school this week only to learn about how to stay alive in a possible attack, as well as the arithmetic and social studies, but they also are learning how to survive attacks. Walmart, which sells guns in about half of its 4,700 stores, will continue selling long-barreled deer rifles and shotguns, as well as other firearms and ammunition for hunting and sports shooting. But no more military-style guns and no more military-style gun ammo. The company is also calling on the president and members of Congress to advance common sense measures, like more stringent background checks. Common sense stuff.